Hello, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'm going to show you the demo for Analytics platform that we have built. So this platform is supposed to offer data analytics as a service for external customers who can get their input files and want to arrive at some meaningful analytics. This tool or this platform is able to cater and show customers or provide them descriptive analytics, prescriptive analytics, and predictive analytics, which means that something historical of the past, something to predict of the future, and something that can be advised to in order to avoid or get into a wrong situation. So that these are the three type of analytics that this tool is covering. This tool is built in platform that uses libraries, external libraries, as well as Java program, and the UI is built on Angular JS. So let us go through the demo, and we'll highlight some key points. Thank you. So here I'm going to show you the first screen, the login screen that goes, and this is going through some authentication. So there is a video that we recorded with one of the customer demo. I can take you through that, and if required, we can also have a detailed session once again. But just let's start with the video that has been recorded. Thank you. Okay, so actually, with your face, the demo goes well. So I could keep that.
My beard
So
is much longer right now. I'm looking like an imam.
okay, so we have this. The UI is actually gone with some authentication. Okay, you can if you want to see that, you can show it here in the in the debugging tool. You show that. So if I go with a different user, like, and yeah, so authenticate is it's failing. It's not able to go through that. Should have responded with a timeout. I think it's waiting for timeout.
So what is the reason behind that? You gave a wrong password or what?
Yeah, I gave a wrong password and it did
Oh,
not
okay, okay.
allow. Okay, but it should have been a stop at that stage itself. So I can take that input and look at that. And if you give a correct password, then it will authenticate. And once you have the JWT string, then only it's allowing to go further. Okay, so it can be checked from here. Uh, Let me know if you want to just skip that. I'm just showing all this. The JWT string is there. It can also allow that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So then I can upload the file. I can go on the step one. I can upload the file. I already had the file. So, but if I even upload that, it's no harm. So I can try get that. Uh, data. Okay. Okay. So I upload this file, or let's say one file at a time. It shows the size. It will not allow to load more than 25 MB of file. So if I want to go and see the old
You
files,
said you said 25K or 25 meg.
25 meg is what we have set. We can modify that.
Okay, cool.
We can. It's a small change. We can configuration change. We can modify that.
No, 25 megs is fine for demo users. I think so.
Okay, so there is no predicted file here. So this is just to get the look. Get okay. So these are files. If I want to see a file, it is visible on the screen. So this is also working, and this all goes with the additional JWT JWT authentication. So each and every API call is via JWT. Now, if I have to go
Mm-hmm.
to classify existing files, whatever are the S3, I'll fetch that, and I think if I want, so it is not no longer the file; it is the training model that we have. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay, then this is the model training model. Then oh, sorry, I clicked merge again. Okay, so we go with the pre-processing. We opt for the classification, and classification it will select the CSV file instead of ARF file. Earlier it was only ARF file. So the test file I had prepared is cluster file, not this test file for this. Okay, test file for prediction. So I selected the file in beginning, but I okay, the same file. Okay, so I'm going to use new buyers and uploading the file and then running the algorithm and get the results. So this is also, it was not available earlier. There was a ARF file option only, but obviously the users will not be aware of ARF format. So this is changed now. CSV is accepted. I can save this locally. I can open a task here if I have to understand the file. So please help analyst or data scientist or any back office user. This is a back office job. So back office, please explain the output of the classification. And I create a task. It will create a task, and there is a mail coming. So whoever is the back office, he can go and log in and see the mail. So even this is also. I will open the back office user and we can see the task there. Now the other part that we have is the classic clustering. So either we can go here or we can go on the dashboard back and just from dashboard we can go on the clustering. Classification, it's not prompting. If you see here, the prompting is gone. The steps are done from file upload or classify. So now it's a clustering we can go. And clustering, I can select one of the cluster. Uh, I can select the file that test file that we have for cluster CSV file. So cluster is running well. Okay, it gives output, and now for 4 clusters 0, 1, 2, 3. So again, I am not able to follow this, or user is not able to follow. He can create a task. Now further there is an additional like improvisation step. So you can improvise. You can check this and a scatter plot. So they generating a scatter plot of how this, how the points are distributed, most of them. So again, this is a more of a data scientist activity. And then actually we have some static recommendations here. So it will not make sense of this file, but we just wanted to demo this. So this I hope you remember this is already. I mean, this will give a fixed set of recommendations. So it is about the restaurant menu that we have. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want, we can modify the recommendations so that it will match to the demo file. But basically that is how this recommendations are coming.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see why this is. Okay, so I did a refresh, but I think that just to see whether the prompting is gone or not, but I think looks like uh, the authentication has changed, so it is not showing all of them. So I need to relog in that. Okay, so association also was. I think now it will again look for a fresh file. Uh, Let me just quickly create the model file. So Oprio is also working the association here. It is giving the output. And analytics, if you want to plot this graph into XY axis, it will not allow to plot take that same one. So I can generate a generate a graph there. So this part is also working. So we check classification, clustering, association, uh, analytics, and select reports is something that we can create some static reports and offer that as a menu card or selecting that. Right now, the way we had designed, it's currently not available, but at least I mean this functionality was discussed and we added this. So report.
Understood.
Okay, so this is how currently it's working with it. This is all with the authentication. Okay, also the forgot password is also working or change password. So it has all the now. I mean the default password doesn't have authentic the the
Mhm.
format, but the new password will have all the formats. Password cannot be a dictionary yet. So I need to select a good password. Let it be, otherwise I'll. I mean, we can do for the customer all the changes. Also, forgot password is we need to. You can check that it's also working. So forgot password will not be using the authentication. Uh, so we have in the authentication we have bypassed some of the web services. Okay, so the task has been created for the back office user. Okay, back office explain the output of the classification. Okay, so that kind of back office support is also available. So I meanwhile I have generated a forgot password. I will check that. Uh, Sorry about this. Meanwhile, we'll check the back office user. I'm just toggling on the other screen. So back office user I logged in. It again has a dashboard. I can look at all the open tasks for whatever users who I was logged in as desired. So it has all the tasks. So the last task that was there for please explain the output of the classification. This was the last task. So it all records that. I think it is not. Okay, it doesn't come in the single screen, but if we shift here, it will come.
How does the back office user relate the description of a task to a particular work item? Like, how would they access the classification that this particular user was talking about?
Yeah. So there is a category or there is a uh, Okay, for each user there is a back office user that is created. Right now we have single back office user for all the users, so I think it is not showing up. Okay, so it has come for the company. So the back office user can select another company and he won't see the task of that company. If he selects Desire, he can relate that all these tasks are about some user from Desire, so he can attend to this task. So there
So
is a
would he have
filter
to
here.
log in under Desire, or like how does he see the work items?
So he
Like,
logs in as a he logs in himself and he is able to open the task here. Uh, okay, then he has to select the company which for which he has to do the monitoring tracking. So
hmm
he goes to Desire Solutions and he will check all the tasks that were created. So these are the
right?
open tasks. So
But
this is
the
how
class,
we will.
okay, but what I'm saying is that in this task, the task is about the classification. How can he see the classification that this user is talking about?
So it has to be taken offline on the email.
Okay, okay, right. Okay, so then this initiates email communication, and then via the email, you'll probably ask the user, okay, could you send the classification? They will send the classification, and then he'll send back the explanation.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Okay, that's okay for now. Not the
Yeah,
best,
Yeah,
but it's okay.
but going ahead in the future, we need to
we
automate.
can.
We
Yeah.
thought
hmm
about a workflow engine. So once we have that, we can automate.
Yeah, we have that, and we can implement some bot also here, chat bot or something. But right now, like we were talking about database change, so that we can also do once we have the customer onboarding. Okay, so that is all we had for this demo. It covered has a role analyst. The user can go in and check load his files. He can view his old files. He can generate a predictive out prediction against the loaded files, the trained model that was built. So he can do a prediction against that. He can uh, create create clusters for the set of demo or test files that he had, and based on the output that is generated by algorithms, there could be a lot of analysis that can be done. uh, we also see some descriptive analytics. We are looking forward to enhance all the three areas. That is the first part. Other is that we have administration UI, we have a back office UI that was showed. We have customer UI, so it will be only a read-only screen where all the reports will be visible, and admin would be able to take into account creation of all the users and other things. So that's more of an operational thing. That is why it was not highlighted. Mainly, these are the key areas that data mining areas that the tool is currently focusing, and we are looking forward to enhance and make it more dynamic as much as possible. Thanks.